Good. I guess it's afternoon. It is technically still day 8. I just wanted to give an update from the last video because we got in off that red eye this morning and we ended up passing out very, very quickly. So that was, I don't remember what time we even got in. But anyways, it is 2:30 now. And I just woke up, 2:30 in the afternoon, so going to stay up for a little while, stay up kind of late this evening. Well, not like too late, but just long enough to where I get a good night's sleep tonight. And then tomorrow we check in early afternoon. Let me double check exactly what time. I didn't pull it up yet, so I'm not doing that. Anyways, I'll do it later. But right now we're working on editing our last video. The one from whenever, yesterday. And then the one from day 4 and 5 will be uploaded here in probably the next 20 minutes. So go watch that one. And just sipping on some coffee. Luxor Esports is about to start playing. They're playing a team called IQ, and IQUE. It's a pretty clever name, to be honest. But yeah, it's coming up here in about 10 minutes. And then we got some VODs to watch for the Luxor Esports Overwatch team. So this is CSGO. That's for Overwatch. We're doing a lot of things. So, gotta be as productive as we possibly can on these little bits of time that I do have at the house. Because things like Q.GG does not yet work on mobile, so I can only do it while I'm here at the house. So I can't do it on my iPad, unfortunately. So, gonna make sure I prioritize some of that while I'm here today. And then here in 5 or 6 hours, the Overwatch League, like the big league playoffs, start. So that's like, I would say that's tier 1, is like, you know, Major League Baseball, whatever, that's the Overwatch League. And then there's the minor league baseball, you know, how they have like AA and AAA. I'm gonna butcher this because I don't remember which is which. I think AA is higher. And so AA in Overwatch would be contenders. So that's tier 2. And then our team is would be tier 3, so that would be like a AAA team. So we are working on improving. Our next season doesn't start for another couple of months, so we're working on new strats. We're working on, you know, polishing up as many things as we possibly can to get ready for that to kick back off. There's some intermittent smaller tournaments between now and then, but the next major thing is going to start probably around August or so. So we got a little bit of time to get ready for that. So, but that's just kind of a summary of what I'm doing today on my day off. I thought that might be fun to share with you guys. But if anything super nuts happens, I'll let you know. But otherwise, I will probably see y'all tomorrow morning, where we officially start day number 9. Alright, see you then. Well, good morning. It is day number 9. And feeling good, just woke up. Get a little bit of coffee in my system. I'm going to finish that as I'm getting ready to go to work today. So today is going to be probably the longest day of the entire month. Like the red eye from the last video is probably like the hardest one, just because you're up for so many hours. But as far as like the work day itself and how many hours I'll be in the air, I'm fairly certain that this will be the longest day. So today we're starting in Charlotte, way on the East Coast, and we're flying all the way to LAX, all the way on the West Coast. And then, so that itself is going to be like a 5-ish hour flight, something around there. And then we have to sit there for a couple of hours. And then we hop back on the flight and go all the way to Austin, Texas. So we're going all the way to one side of the country and then back to the middle. So it's going to be a very long day. But the flights themselves shouldn't be that difficult, if that makes sense. Just because you're not doing as many services. Like, I would rather do what we're doing today than, work 4 or 5 short flights. So it should be pretty chill. It should be a good day. I'm excited. So let's get ready and go to the airport. It's pretty cloudy here. The ceiling looks really low. It's probably pretty hard to tell on camera because it's kind of hard to tell in person exactly how low they are, but it's pretty cloudy, so probably going to be a pretty bumpy takeoff, but it'll be fine probably once we get in the air. But we're here. Let's get it. We are moving right along. 3 hours and 22 minutes left to go. Finished our service, finished coffee, water, went through and trash, double checked on first class, make sure they were all good. Everything's good, so we get to chill for here for a little bit, and then we'll go out again with another full beverage service here after a while. So gonna chill, read a book, do something, hang out with the crew. It's gonna be a good time. What's up, dudes? We made it to Austin, finally. It was a long day. The first flight was a little interesting. The gate agent came down and she's like, all right, we're ready to go. So we go up to the cockpit just to let them know, like, hey, we've done what we need to do in the back. Are you ready to close up front? And all of a sudden, like, when we were going and doing our final check in the cabin, one of the passengers grabs my attention. She's like, hey, my friends are at the gate, like at the podium, but like they're not letting them down. And so I was like super confused. And so I was like, okay, well, hold on. So I asked the gate agent, and she said, she's like, yeah, there's nobody there. I checked. And I was like, okay, you sure? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, all right. And so I went back to the passenger, and even the captain asked the gate agent, he was like, hey, did we check and make sure? And she's like, yeah, I called, and we were good to go. And so we were like, all right. So I just told the passenger, I'm like, hey, we checked, and there's nobody there. And so she looked kind of confused. And then another person who was also with them was on the phone too. And they're like, no, they're like right there. They're at the podium, I promise. So I was like, all right. So I went up and grabbed the captain again. I'm like, hey, they're saying that they're at the podium and they're just not letting them down. And he was like, well, our cargo door is still open, so let me see what's going on. So he got out and got in touch with the agent, and then a manager came down, and we're just like trying to get these people on board. So like for some reason the gate agent did not want to, or couldn't, or something. I don't know if it's a policy thing, but like if the plane door isn't closed yet, I don't have any problem like wait an extra 30 seconds and let the 3 or 4 or 5 people get on. That didn't make any sense to me. So that was a frustrating start to the day. But the good thing is that we were able to chat with them and the manager, and we were able to get those people on board into their destination. Because that's a tough flight to miss. That's Charlotte to LA. It you're on the opposite end of the country, so that's not an ideal one to be missing by 5 minutes. So, anyways, that was an interesting start to the day, but we got them there on time, and then we chilled a little bit in LA, and then we hopped back on the plane and came down to Austin. It was a long day, but overall it was a good day. So tomorrow we do one leg to DFW, which is water and juice, and there was only like 110-ish people on board, and it seats 180. So that's going to be a real quick, easy service in the morning. And then I haven't checked out our last leg of the day. We also don't start tomorrow until like 3 p.m. So our van, I think, is at 3. So we can get up in the morning and chill or go to the gym or go to the pool or whatever we decide we want to do. We've got choices in the morning. We've got some time. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go to bed now. But I will see y'all in the morning. Hello. Well, the layover was kind of a bust, which is unfortunate. There's like literally nothing around, like at all, except for this dumpster. There's a dumpster down there, but that's literally it. So this layover was kind of a bummer. Really didn't get to do much. So it is what it is. Just chilled in the room, watched a little bit of our team VODs from the matches the other day, made some coaching notes for the guys, so hopefully that'll help improve us for our next match. But we're just getting ready to go now. Overwatch League is on. I don't really care about any of the teams that are left. Dallas got out in the last round, which is a bummer, but it happens. At least we made playoffs. We're making progress. We missed playoffs by 1 match last round, so the second quarter of the season we were able to make playoffs, so that's good. But yeah, I think that kind of sums up what I've been doing today. So productive in my sense of the term, as far as studying up and making the team better, which is my job in the org. So we're doing our job. But yeah, so today we have a short flight to Austin, and then we have a flight to Charlotte, or we're from Austin to Dallas, and then from Dallas to Charlotte. So the first flight's like 30 minutes, so real quick, and we weren't very full. And then second flight I didn't check yet, but my friends told me, we were texting earlier, they said that a lot of the flights from Dallas to Charlotte have been delaying today. So we might be in for an interesting afternoon, so we'll just have to kind of see how that goes. So hopefully nothing too major, because we're already supposed to get there pretty late tonight, around like 10-ish. So hopefully it doesn't get pushed back too much later than that, but we'll just have to play it by ear. But yeah, let's finish getting ready and head back to the airport. Whale, as you can see, I'm not in uniform, so we ended up getting canceled for our flight from DFW to Charlotte. So now I thought we were going to end up overnighting here, which would have messed up my trip for tomorrow. So that would have been a whole ordeal, figuring out how that was going to function, but it didn't work out that way. So we're just planning right now, at least, to deadhead on the following flight. So our flight got canceled, but the next one didn't, or hasn't. So hopefully it doesn't, and we'll be squared away to keep working
for our next trip. But yeah, so we're supposed to leave in like, it's turned into like a 3-hour sit. And since I'm just deadheading, I'm not having to work the flight, I'm allowed to change and get comfortable. So that's what I did. But yeah, so I'm gonna go find some food. I just walked down to the Dickey's barbecue because I'm in Texas. I gotta get some barbecue, and it's closed. I'm freaking out, dude. Why you gotta close on me, Dickey's? Like, I'm only here so often. Like, I need my Texas barbecue. You feel me? So that was frustrating. But there's a place called Salt Lick Barbecue that I've heard a lot of good things about. So I'm gonna go try that and see how that is. But and then we're just gonna piddle. I might start editing this video because I have 3 hours. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alright, y'all, check this out. It looks delicious. Got some chopped brisket, got some french fries, some ketchup, and some barbecue sauce. Okay. It's different, but that's really good. We got the race on in the back. It's gonna be a nice little sit.
He said, will you defeat them, your demons, and all the non-believers, the plans that they have made?
Well, gang, we have officially made it back home on this trip. I was gonna say which trip it was. I think it's number 4. I don't remember exactly. But anywho, we made it. We've survived. And we are officially 1/3 of the way done for the month. So we have finished 10 working days in a row. And we've got 20 more to go. Yeah, so we're roughly 50 hours in to a roughly 150-hour month. So let's keep up the good work. Our short day turned into a little bit of a long day. It was a very easy day. It was just a lot of sitting around. But I don't know exactly what was going on, but there was, it took us a long time to get off the ground. We were delayed initially, and then we all got boarded up, and then it was still took a while. And then when we finally got to Charlotte or on the way, we had to fly around a lot of weather. So I don't know if you'll be able to pick up any of that in the footage. But it was very cloudy on our descent, even like geared down, you know, a couple 100 feet off the ground, it was still very cloudy. So it was bumpy the whole way. So it just took a lot longer than we wanted it to. And since I wasn't working, I don't know exactly what was going on, but there were some police officers meeting the flight at the end for some reason, and they were like giving a description about somebody or something. So who knows? But the crew did a great job because as just a passenger on the plane, I had no idea anything was going on until I walked through the jet bridge and the officer was talking to the dudes. So great job. Hats off to them. Well done. Hopefully we'll get some more or at least some decent layovers here on the next couple of trips. I feel like this episode was a whole lot of me chit-chatting and not a lot of like showing. But like I said, some of that is just going to be a side effect of the trips not having a lot of things to do because the layovers are short. And like this one, I thought Austin was going to be a good downtown layover, but it was not, unfortunately. So we're going to do the best we can with what we got. You feel me? But I'm going to attempt in the next video to do a little less chatting and a little more showing. So, because I know that's what you want to see. I mean, stories are cool, but I wanna show you guys some of the cool places that we get to go see and whatnot. So that's my goal for the next video. So make sure you come back and see us. It is 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to bed, and I will see y'all in the next video. Latest.